Think you're ready for anything? 3 days without power might prove otherwise. Most suburban families think they're ready for anything until the power's out for 3 days and the pantry's empty. I'm the Suburban Prepper, former 160th SOAR Paratrooper Flight Medic turned Nurse Practitioner, and I've learned that real preparedness isn't about bunkers and stockpiling canned beans. It's about practical, adaptable skills that work in your neighborhood with your budget for your family's actual needs. When chaos erupts, the advice is always the same. Stay inside. Don't draw attention to yourself. But that advice assumes your home is a fortress, and that blending in is even an option. Other preppers will scream at you to bug out now, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes you're stuck, and the only option is to make a bad situation survivable. If the psychological tricks don't work and someone breaches your home, it's time to think creatively about defense. This isn't about turning your home into a trap. It's about using your environment to your advantage in ways that are safe, legal, and effective. For example, you can make entry points harder to navigate, grease doorknobs to make them slippery, use furniture to create obstacles that slow intruders down. Even something as simple as scattering marbles or ball bearings on the floor can make movement difficult and buy you precious seconds. Another option, non-lethal deterrents. Personal defense tools like pepper spray or loud alarms can be incredibly effective in close quarters. You can also use bright, disorienting lights to temporarily blind and confuse intruders. The key is to think about how you can make your space as inconvenient and unappealing as possible without putting yourself or others at risk. Remember, the goal isn't to win a confrontation, it's to avoid one altogether. Every second you can delay an intruder is a second closer to help arriving or to you escaping to safety. What's one creative defense strategy you'd use to protect your home? Share your ideas in the comments. I might feature them in a future episode. During the war, I was taking care of some wounded, and light discipline was critical. We didn't want to give away our position in the middle of the desert. I needed light to evaluate some wounds, but using night vision goggles wasn't going to help. The solution? I covered the wounded and myself with my green medical blankets and used a white chem light. That simple, improvised tactic saved 2 souls that night, costing only a bloody medical blanket and a bright white chem light. It's a reminder that survival often comes down to thinking creatively and using what you have on hand. Survival isn't about being the toughest or the most prepared. It's about being smart, adaptable, and willing to think outside the box. The strategies we've discussed today aren't about living in fear. They're about being ready for the unexpected. Because when the rules break down, the only thing you can rely on is your ability to adapt and survive. In my next video, we'll dive into what I consider to be the best ammunition and firearm for urban survival. And I own this firearm, and it's going to surprise you. Don't miss it on my Urban Survival series on Suburban Prepper.